an energy or an event that has been very explosive, okay? Whoever this reading is for, they have, whoever it is, they have a really powerful energy surging through them. I feel it a lot in the sacral, and it's connecting for specifically this energy that I'm picking up on is connecting to their sacral and their sexual energy specifically. Now, this is something that they have been learning how to ground into, to ground down, okay? So that root, the Muladhara and the Swadhisthana chakras, they really have been working on those, okay? And I feel like this is actually someone who knows this, they're intentional with this. And usually it's that divine masculine energy that will work through those. Obviously, this sexual energy itself is very connected to your feminine energy within, okay? But whoever you are, okay? So let's see who this message is for, what the message is. I'm seeing something about someone wants to celebrate, okay? Like an event. I don't know. This, when I say celebrate, I think it is very much to do with, I'm hearing intimacy specifically. And I don't think this is just, I think that this is someone who knows where they want to move. Okay, and I think there's something about knowing when to take action or something like that is coming through for this, okay? Yeah, so there have been, somebody could have been, whoever is in this energy could be practicing celibacy or retention as well when it comes to that energy. But definitely someone who's been withdrawing their energy is what I'm getting. Withdrawing their energy, holding out, if you will. It's come through for a reason. Yeah, going within, okay? So really finding silence and stillness. So clearly they've really been working on grounding this, okay? Yeah, they've had a lot of, the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck. They know where they want to go, but they've had a lot of interference, is what I'm going to say, interference. I think they've had a lot of pulls on their energy. I think that they are somebody who, honestly, I feel like they operate from a lot of, they have been previously operated from a lot of insecurity as well, actually. Okay, so knowing what they want, but feeling like there's other people involved, or they're not enough, or just constantly allowing themselves to be the one in the back, you know? Almost like somebody who would allow people to just keep coming back to them, you know, because it validates them or something like that, okay? There's something about that. But with this Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck, Judgment, King of Cups, someone's been awakening to this. This is what I mean by they know this. They're intentional. Whoever this is, they're being intentional with this, okay? There's definitely been, they've been silent, whoever this is, they've been silent. They're moving forward though. Okay, they're getting much clearer on the direction forward, but they're also fully aware. There might have been somebody who used to think, oh, you should have healed that, you know, when it's done, it's done. Healing, obviously, we know is not linear, right? But they're learning that. They're learning that actually you can still move forwards. It doesn't mean that you have to be some perfect, idealized, healed self. You know, the human experience is continuous a healing experience, right? So they're transitioning through this, they're understanding this, and they understand that they can still move forward, which is what's probably prevented them from taking action, thinking that they're still not there or whatever. But actually they have been making progress. Okay. Yeah. The Chariot. Oh my God, the Knight of Swords. Okay, this is someone who either they're at a distance from where they want to move, they could be traveling. There's definitely movement, actual physical movement, okay? I'm also hearing something about an emotional distance as well. So maybe there was someone who were quite emotionally cut off, guarded. I'm going to say avoidant, you know, that word is used in the way it is these days. But somebody who really found it difficult to be intimate and have intimacy and connection from a vulnerable space. So clearly they've not had that safety. I'm very engaged, okay? When it comes to their energy, their emotions, that's why it was so stuck. That's what that cycle's coming through. The cycle is that inner child healing as well, okay? The traumas that are stored in that center when you're from inner child wounding, okay? So let's see what else. God, they really are progressing, and I think when they progress, they're gonna go all in. The Lovers, they want to go all in when it comes to following their heart now. Very different to, this is that indecision. Oh, that's so funny. So you've got indecision, but then you have got the Strength, the Eight of Wands. So they want to, okay, I feel like there's so much fast movement, like this passion. They want to move in that direction. They know they want to. But this hesitation is here. So let's try and understand what this hesitation is. I think they're dealing with something that has someone specifically is what's coming through that has has that interference, something about that. So whilst they've been in silence, they've actually been dealing with something else. Okay, this is again helping them to really see things clearly. So whatever it is, it's been for them to learn how to actually be in their heart more and not be led by all that interference, that external that was coming through. Got the Ace of Cups here as well at the bottom of the deck. So let's get another one just to clarify this energy. I just hear like something is long awaited. I'm hearing specifically for this message, I'm hearing long awaited reunion, celebration, coming together. Okay. Yeah, look at that. The Three of Swords, strength. That's what it is then. Yeah. They've been dealing with a lot of, again, the buried emotion beneath the surface, inner child healing clearly, which again, they've been intentional with. 8-8 is important. 3-3 as well, okay? 4-5-6. I think this is somebody who they've had a lot of grief stored, and it's kind of like they've had outlets, if you will, maybe, like I say, distractions or whatever, but it's kind of like they've had to reconcile their own heart space from everything that they've been dealing with. And, there has been strength they've had to gain here through these lessons, Everyone is helps you on your spiritual path. Every connection you have, every person, thing, whatever it is, helps you to see things clearly if you allow it to. Not an excuse for abuse or anything. I'm going to make that clear. I'm just saying about how you allow yourself to reclaim your power, okay? Clearly, look, that judgment did come out. So I'm hearing a conversation to reawaken something, a rebirth, truly. But they've had to do that within themselves first so that this can actually be created in their external, okay? So a conversation is needed here, but first it comes with them finding clarity. That strength card just keeps, wow, Leo energies as well. It just, the clarity so that they can really see things from a higher perspective is what I'm getting. This is why they've been in silence and retreat and withdrawing, because they've been awakening, truly. Wow, 6 of Cups, they definitely got the past in their mind then. They really have. This is why I think this has been a while for someone, whoever this is, it's been a while, which is why they're thinking, are there others in the mix? Am I too late is what I've heard. Six. Yeah. They know that there's been a lot of patience here. There's been time. But like I say, you can't put a timer on healing or heart pain or at all. It's about the learning, how intentional you're being with it, and how much you're allowing yourself to integrate that into your system. Yeah, so someone clearly here has been embodying their inner and outer worlds, their head and their heart. That's what I usually talk about. They've been learning some lessons here. They've had to learn how to be patient as well, actually. Like I said, they might have been quite impulsive in the past, but they've had to learn patience. Whoa. And then understanding that it's like they have a newfound appreciation for others being patient with them. Okay. And needing patience. Oh my God, the Queen of Wands is on the deck. Wow. Yeah, this is I feel like they're stuck. What is this? They're stuck. So they want to move, but they're stuckness. No, they're healing their stuckness. Yeah, they want to come forward with a lot of communication here is what I'm hearing specifically. Or maybe just, yeah, I'm going to be honest, that's what's coming through specifically for this message. Pay attention to details to know it's for you. They've been guarded. They've been really guarded, like we mentioned, right? And I think that they've had to heal something that, I think it was something that maybe even to do with their home, family, was something that was preventing them externally, outside of them, was preventing them from moving towards where they want to go. So they're healing this now. There's some kind of karma coming in, some kind of divine justice. Okay. But once this is settled, whatever it is, they want to come forward. Yeah. So there's indecision, but they know with this 3 of Pentacles, they want to come together and do this together. They know that this is about collaboration, working together, finding, I'm hearing common ground, but also that harmony, So they want to come together and do this together, but it's kind of like they're integrating everything they've been learning along the way to do this right. Because I think so. From what's coming through here, whatever happened in the past, they know that they didn't handle it in the way that I think they would now. They were a different version of themselves. You know, people can change. Like I say, this is someone who's intentional with this. Okay, yeah. There's something about that. They've been carrying the heavy weight of this, right? But I think also there's some kind of truth as well that they need to be honest about. And it's just their journey. They've been delving into their own subconscious mind here, truly. And that's where there's been a lot of grief. Yeah, this is my card for conversations, like truly intimate heart-to-heart conversations, again communication, but allowing yourselves to create that safety for both of you to express yourselves, your truth, your heart's truth, and also acknowledge that actually maybe it's not what you want to hear, but that's someone's truth, right? This is coming together so you can create that new path moving forwards. So how much do you want that, right? But also, how much is it being fed by past wounds versus clearing that so you can do this in a healthier space? Because like I say, this is about healthier choices now moving forward. Someone's been making healthier choices, okay? Page of Swords, there again, another card of confirmation here for there's something about communication that's important. But I think that maybe they have been, connecting on social media somehow or something like this, going over conversations. They're learning I think that they're learning what they want to move towards, has in desires. I've just seen the Emperor there as well. What that energy desires, and they want to ground that down and make that a reality for both themselves and who they're moving towards here, okay? There's been so much patience here though, but that's been a really heavy weight they've had to truly clear. So I think this is like generational stuff they've been healing here, okay? I'm talking lifetimes, generational as well, okay? So, and if you're on the divine journey specifically, usually what I read for as well a lot, then of course, yeah, past life relationships as well. Keeping an open mind, yeah. I think this is someone who's changed, okay? So you have to keep that space open to see who they present as, but also recognize how you've changed as well. You know, this is love. A lot of people move into love and relationships with conditions, okay? Yes, we all have wants, needs, requirements, that kind of thing. But in true spiritual connections, the depth of connection is allowing each other to evolve and acknowledging that you both want to align as you do this. What does that truly mean? What does that truly look like? You know, what is the reality of that? You know, I think the difficulty is often when people don't want to admit that it's just there's a misalignment there. So, you know, and that's not easy. Either you want to make it work or worth waiting for. Divine timing. Divine timing has been at play. Safe to love. I think that this is someone who's becoming a safe space for love. For their person, for themselves. You know, self-love is where it truly begins. Yeah. It is a divine connection. I can feel it. That true love. Romance of lifetimes. Okay, that for me is the card of divine connection. So clearly, they resonate with that. Forgiving and learning. So that's confirmation. I'll just get one more. And see. So yeah, as you heal the past, you can be more present in your current moment, right? And be more open to that as well, right? Let go of control issues, trust. That's important. So this is about surrendering, allowing it to unfold while staying in your alignment. Yeah, this is again that knowing when to take action. It's not about being passive. It's about being intentional with your action, taking note of your divine guidance, you know, not trying to excessively control the situation. Let's see what else you need to be aware of. You know, people have to learn in their own ways, and that's the beauty of actually unconditional love. You allow them to. You know what your boundaries are. You know, if you don't know what your boundaries are, then you won't probably understand what true unconditional love is, because you'll be overgiving. You'll think that it's overgiving, but actually you don't need to go there if you don't need to go there. You know what your boundaries are if it doesn't align, right? Justice, Tower. So that's that explosive energy. So there is something here. Libra energy is Mars as well, which gives Scorpio season as well. Okay, so there's definitely something about truth, integrity coming to the table now. Legal matters might have been something someone's had to deal with. Like I said, they were stuck in some situation, preventing them from moving forwards, right? Yeah, so balance is coming, and this is that sudden upheaval energy. So be mindful, because this has got a desire on it as well. So they truly have been learning how to harness that energy, and it's got action. So learning how to act in a more integrity, in a way that's more full of integrity and fairness and truth, like their divine truth. Okay. See what else you need to be aware of. So that's Libra season as well. So clearly, another card of communication. There's okay. This is the turning point. This is where the abundant overflow, the expansion can actually come through, because that clearing has been done. And then with this beautiful, and Mercury is going to retrograde, shadow period right now, so that could be influencing you, technology issues, communication, travel, that kind of thing. So things are going to be developing fast, and I feel that once someone moves forward, there's going to be a lot of fast development, right? Because I think that actually when you find your alignment, it's going to be something that just kind of naturally unfolds, which is why you're being guided to trust. Okay, expect the unexpected, fire sign. It's that passionate energy. Jupiter, Wheel of Fortune. There's expansion, turning point, growth, destiny. Destiny path is unraveling, right? You have to clear through this divine justice with that tower, all the upheavals, in order to create that space, like that canvas, Yes, this is someone who's recognizing you can't just be that black and white energy, it is or isn't. It's kind of like healing is a process. You move forwards. Yes, you have the scars that you move with, right? That doesn't prevent you from moving forwards. You be intentional with clearing it. Okay, Judgment. Again, it's a true awakening someone's going through, a rebirth, total change. Okay, the Fool. That's that, again, Uranus energy, unexpected, ready to go forwards. But they're in the midst of a real awakening right now. They're already seeing things differently. Their third eye must be, that's truly coming through, okay. Oh, look at that Empress. Venus energies, love, attraction, beauty, pleasure, charm. But also, the Empress is very much connected, that divine feminine energy, to that third eye. Right? Okay, so healing that inner divine feminine energy, Virgo energies, okay. I think this has been happening for at least the past year, okay, for this new beginning to come through. Autumn time has been important as well. I'm just going to get you an animal card. Okay, so the squirrel. So this is being mindful. Okay, there's something here about hoarding, but I did say there's something about someone's been withdrawing their energy, keeping it to themselves, 18, energetic, saving, hoarding, secretive, scold, giving lip service, prepared for anything, miscommunication, frugal. So it's kind of like finding that balance, that balance, that like that temperance card is there. What you need to, the balance between equal give and receive, but also in order to move forwards, where is there an imbalance? Because when you go into conversations and communication, there might be misunderstandings. Perhaps there were in the past, and that's what caused disconnection. But that's what you need to be prepared for, so that you can handle it correctly. Be honest, transparency, which is where that vulnerability is coming through as well. Learning how to be comfortable in vulnerability, being comfortable in the discomfort. Okay, Eagle. 19, challenging the status quo, longevity, regal, proud, opportunity, new hope, clear vision and perspective regarding the past, present and future. That's what someone's been doing. They've been really understanding themselves much clearly, okay? What else do you need to be aware of moving forward? Let's see. Someone exceptional. This is it. This is the awakening someone's having. They are someone exceptional. They truly are. 11, especially if they're connected to someone else. Illumination, chemistry, magical, self-discovery, soul spark, light codes, fire, creative spark, It's beautiful energy. See what else? Yeah, this is that. Be mindful of the miscommunication, the aggression, the toxicity, the hostile environments. That's where someone is kind of, I think they've had some lessons where they thought that that's where they were in, but actually, those energies that were deterring them kind of thing, that's the true hostile environments that have been created, right? So it wasn't what they thought it was. It's actually, they're having like lessons. Someone's like karma, they're having lessons on what is the truth, versus what are they just putting their wounds onto and creating an issue where there wasn't an issue. You could clear through that. There's been some things I haven't been able to clear through. It's not been nice. It's been a true journey. Ah, got the beautiful white feather and the heart. So that's the signs I was talking about, okay? Number 7, peace, miracles, purity, protection, leap of faith, sign, message, rise above, encouraging forgiveness, reconciliation, freedom. Your heart's going to feel free. So number 24, okay? So love, desire, joy, bliss, affection, fulfillment, kindness, forgiveness again, forgiving, forgiveness, big big deal in this message. There's going to be forgiveness. And I think it is true. There were third parties involved in this, right? For whoever this is for. And, that can be multiple things, but things that were pulling someone away from their truth. They've been learning some lessons, and I think that they've had some realizations where, oh my God, they were right. I need to apologize. They've really had some realizations. They were foggy glasses. They weren't seeing things clearly before. They've really needed this time. Romance, contentment, passionate, caring. Wow. What else do you need to be aware of moving forward? It's like rekindling that energy, within yourself. And forgiveness is beautiful because it's going to make you feel lighter. It's going to make somebody feel like they can release the emotions they've been bottling in and carrying for so long. Yeah, this is that energy. 16, avalanche, major force. Wow, something very unexpected and sudden. This might have been what happened in the past as well, actually, with that tower energy. And then you've got the divine justice coming through with that. However, there's divine timing. Someone is going to get some kind of, I'm hearing lucky streak when it comes to something to do with your abundance path. So this is important. Oh my God, you've got, wow, okay, you've got the sunrise and the wishes coming true. Oh my goodness. So this is why that Jupiter was then coming through the expansion. This really is going to be an abundant streak. So when one thing comes in, it's not going to be just one thing. There's going to be a few things coming through. There's going to be significant progress. So this is why you have to be intentional and stay in your alignment. Be clear in your mind space. Whatever stories you've been telling yourself, time to clear through that. Number 6, sunrise, happy beginning, new day, darkest before dawn, hope, clarity, obstacles overcome, problems ending, bright future, awakening, fresh start, awakening, yes. Okay, so a fresh start. This is the clock, divine timing. So clearly that's a multiple message again. Divine timing has been coming through a lot. Okay, number 19, perfect timing, origins, culmination, incremental. In order to move forward, I always say you have to truly understand your past. You can't just forget that it happened and pretend it didn't. It's about moving on from it. Understand it. That's okay. You don't have to attach to it, but you can recognize where actually there might be internal parts of you that are still unhealthily being driven subconsciously by that. You have to make that subconscious conscious, right? Incremental, longevity, unstoppable, standing the test of time, past, present, and future. Someone might listen to I'm hearing like subliminals or something. Okay, so yeah, resources, investment, money, multiplying, lavish, bodies of water, prosperous, income, finances. So there's definitely a wish coming true, peace again, miracle again. So, and that star gives me miracle energies as well. That star does. So it's like the stars are aligning, your wishes are coming true, and that truly is where someone's moving and they're understanding this, but they've got to find that stability within themselves. They're seeing where they went wrong, if you want to say that, in the past. They didn't have that. Pulled it apart. Much better, the tree. So maybe someone has been poorly here, right? Number 5 and number 7, but you're finding your vitality again. Your focus is on your health holistically, all of you. Grounded, fertility, Empress energy, fertility, creativity, right? That sacral, creating personal growth, past lives again. So clearly that is something that is a important detail, if you will, for this message, past lives. Evolving, connection to divine is getting stronger as well. So there's definitely a past life connection here. But again, if you're on the divine journey, that makes sense. Grounded, yeah, getting more grounded, the very first message, exactly. Anything else? And you're going to be able to see this, yeah, megaphone and the doorbell. Someone wants to be heard. 12, going public, being heard, shine, spotlight, publish, amplify, broadcast, wider audience, speak up, increasing visibility, bold, major announcement. You're really learning how to redirect that beautiful, as well as, or just that beautiful, powerful energy within you, your sacred essence, in a way where it's much more healthier and it's much more in alignment with where you're meant to be going, your purpose. Someone's coming, that this is about reconnecting as well, the return. Okay, so that's something beneath the surface is there, for real. Number 10, welcome, alert, arrival. I'm hearing something about pregnancy could be important for somebody as well, a child. Someone's coming, engage, invite, transition, visit, opportunity knocks, connect and choices and return. Okay, so that's important. I'm just going to get you another card just to see what you need to be aware of moving forwards. I'm going to get just some more tarot moving forwards. A lot of what has been on your mind is going to be cleared. You're going to get clarity here. There's going to be this, yeah, the 8 of Wands did want to come out. Again, the 8 of Cups. So the conversations are coming and the forward movement and then this brand new beginning. Oh my God, that's way too many. I would not have taken those, but they've come out for a reason. In a way, I didn't realise there were so many. Ace Ace, ace, new beginnings. And ace, oh my God. Okay, definitely new beginnings. But it comes with clarity. There's been too much, I'm hearing unsaid, so many emotions that were just being mulled over and not actually understanding how you can create this in your hands to create this moving forward. Lots of opportunity moving forwards, truly, and this is to do with the abundance as well. No longer staying in this Ten of Swords energy. You know, Ten of Swords and Ten of Wands, those are heavy cycles, dark, heavy. Internally, your emotional space and your head space, as well as externally, the responsibilities, burdens you've been carrying. This truly has been an awakening journey, truly clearing through that, understanding yourself better. Three of Wands finally looking at the horizon now. You're able to look ahead and finally have some kind of that, you know, that fresh hope, that sunrise darkest before dawn. You're seeing that. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords, that Ace of Cups. Brand new beginnings all around. And it comes with you being honest with yourself, what you are worthy of, etc. Where there's been imbalance, Ten of Cups, Justice, Six of Pentacles, so you can finally lay the right foundations for yourself and accept nothing less outside of you, right? Which is why you're going to be this energy of you acting accordingly. So maybe your health and your routines, things like that, are really you're leveling up with that. Okay, wow, pay attention to these signs though. That's really important, whatever they are for you. You know, it doesn't have to be what Google tells you they are, whatever. It's literally what's happening to you in that moment. What have you connected it with? Learn to trust your intuition here, because your third eye wants to expand. You've been awakening, you've been understanding things. Now it's time to go. You're leveling up. Okay, so pay attention, be honest and transparent in your communications. Vulnerability is going to be important for others to feel that they are safe with that vulnerability with you as well. Okay, strong boundaries, not walls. It feels like one of those situations where you've known what it is that's yours. It's already like it's a done deal, if you will, or whatever, but you've just been embodying that person who you need to be, so that you can be in alignment with what you know is already yours. So you have faith. I'm going to see if there's anything you need to be aware of, you know, just mindful of on this forward journey, because you're clearly coming into something beautiful after doing the work. You're doing the work and closing out this heaviness. You're learning. You have been, truly. It's beautiful. So if there's anything you need to be aware of, okay, this is that uninhibited and released. Number 15 could be important. So that energy, I feel like you're going to feel, there's going to be a sense of, you know, the weights that you've been feeling so much lifted, truly. Taking the plunge as well, number 11 again, so 1-1. Wow. Something that you've been investing in. And I think you've been investing in yourself more than anything. It's going to pay off, okay? You have to have faith. There's been an ending, yeah, no more feeling like you're being driven by this desire, this impulse, this passion, but instead handling those reins and being intentional with your forward movement. There's something about truly finding direction when it comes to your soul path as well, which is connected to your heart. So you've just been going on this journey of reconnecting to your heart. Boundaries, not walls. For intimacy, that's what we've been saying, 19. It's time to be that person. You know who you're here to be. You know what is already your love secret. It's been about you finding intimacy, trusting the divine unfold. Beautiful for intimacy. You're really getting to know yourself, loving yourself inside and out. The things you don't love, apparently, as well, right? Because you're seeing yourself through the eyes of divine, and so you should. Okay? And that's how you help yourself to see all that is around you in the eyes of divine as well, okay? Wow, you've got this. Sending love.